Yo, what's up everybody? This is Cody here, aka Critical Kid, and welcome to a new segment on the show where I ask the question, what's with all the hype? The Joker, the most pointlessly controversial movie in 2019. Seriously, this whole controversy was just stupid. I mean, laughably stupid. The movie wasn't even out yet in theaters, and yet people have already debated whether or not it promotes incel violence. The movie has gotten so much of a bad reputation that select theaters banned anyone from wearing the Joker costume, and some other select theaters wouldn't allow masks or face paint to be worn in the theaters. Well, that didn't stop me from trying. And funny enough, there was actually one cop that was patrolling the whole theater. And even he didn't mind me dressing up as the Joker. The whole Joker fiasco started from a mass shooting 7 years ago in Colorado, and people have feared that the same thing would happen again. Even Joaquin got annoyed by the whole debacle when he was being interviewed. At one point, when he was asked about how the movie could potentially cause violence, he'd gotten up and left the interview only to return an hour later. And honestly, can you really blame him? But when the movie was finally released to the public, guess what happened?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Yep, after all that media frenzy, paranoia, and moments where the police and even the military were involved, there was absolutely no mass shootings that day. Our taxpayers at work, ladies and gentlemen. But with all the movie's baggage aside, what did I personally think of the movie? I think the movie was pretty amazing. But before I talk about it in length, there, you've been warned. Alright, so let me start off by saying that if you were expecting this movie to be an action-packed thrill ride, then you're gonna be slightly disappointed. The movie is more of a character story of the Joker rather than a contemporary superhero movie that we come to expect. And you know what? That's okay. The movie follows Arthur Fleck, a part-time clown and inspiring comedian who suffers from a condition that makes him laugh uncontrollably when he's nervous. Apparently, his condition is so severe that he needs 7 different medications to keep himself sane. So right from the get-go, we can see that the dude is not all there. And it also doesn't help that much when he's constantly being treated like crap. After getting jumped by a few kids on the street, his coworker gives him a gun for his own protection whenever something like this ever happens again. But when he does use the gun for self-defense, the media paints him as a monster because the men who beat him up in the subway just so happen to be a part of Wayne Enterprises. It also turns out that the murder was taken out of context as a political statement, which causes the people of Gotham to use the clown as a symbol for their movement. Top that off with a lot of other stuff going on in Arthur's personal life, and you get a very well-rounded and realistic take on the Joker. The movie also has a lot of other side plots going on, which connects to the overall story. Well, except for one. I guess the weakest out of the various side plots has to be Arthur falling in love with a single mother. Remember in the trailers where Joker goes on many dates and forms a relationship with her? Well, it turns out that it was all in his mind and it never really happened, which makes this whole subplot entirely pointless. I guess it's supposed to show how Joker's loneliness is a sign of his insanity, but if they're going to prove that this film doesn't promote incel violence, well, this really doesn't help their case now, does it? But hey, look on the bright side. At least it opens the door for more Joker and Domino fanfiction. Seriously, internet, make that happen. But of course, it can't be a standalone Joker movie without his arch nemesis, Batman. Yep, even though this movie is advertised as a solo Joker flick, the film always finds a way to cram Bruce Wayne and his family in the story, which, to be honest, was kind of forced in retrospect. I would have been fine if they would have referenced the Wayne family here and there, but they just shoehorn in the Wayne family to remind us that this is a Batman property. They even go as far as recreating recreating the death scene of Bruce Wayne's parents, and it just feels so tacked on. I would have been fine if it would have been its own standalone thing, but no, they just constantly have to remind you that it takes place in the Batman universe. And seeing that the filmmakers didn't want to make this into a franchise, it really makes you wonder if this was all studio influence. Then again, I wouldn't be too surprised that Warner Brothers did influence them to add in the Batman scenes. I mean, just look at the regular cut of Justice League. Seriously, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. But despite those two complaints, I really enjoyed this movie. Now, I know that this movie isn't for everybody, but it's definitely a breath of fresh air from all the other superhero crap we're getting. In fact, I would love to see more supervillain movies like this in the future, especially with villains like Two-Face or Catwoman. Seriously, those villains are absolutely ripe for a solo movie to be made. Just as long as Halle Berry isn't involved with it, then we'll be in good hands. I'm gonna give this movie the Critical Kids seal of approval. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I have to say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit the bell notification for more videos, and have a good day.